Hey, changes in everyone's life can be scary sometimes. Even the smallest things like architecture or even renovation of your house. Even though some things are screaming to remake them. So I suggest you to see those places that humanity probably should have destroyed or something because of how majestic they are. Today I will take a role of your personal real estate agent. I want to start with some ridiculous exterior designs. I think it's a right place to get started because it's like the face of the house. The thing that makes our first impression, and it should be important for people. At least I thought so. I want to start with the house where you can see that the owners tried to create something special. And it is kind of special, but in a different way. I have two assumptions why someone did this. First is that owners really wanted to live their best Rapunzel's life. And second is that they wait for some sort of apocalypse and they really need a small outpost. But reality is usually much more boring, and the guy is probably just an airport worker. And this astonishing tower is some sort of professional deformation. I have a couple of questions to the next house. The first is why door doesn't match. And the second, where they keep all the minions. Oh, I think I understand now why the windows on the bottom are so incredibly low. But seriously, the houses I built in the second grade seems to look better. They look like a box with enormous amount of windows too, but even for younger me, it's too much. This house makes me feel so goofy for some reason. Someone who built this house overestimated the size of the roof for a bit. So now it looks like an evil Mario mushroom giving you a disappointed side eye. Everything in this house is so silly, but at least it has its own personality. And there we have another disappointed house. I think it might be my favorite one. Just everything in it screams perfect to me. And this white line on the bottom gives him sly mustache. You should never say a bad word about next house, because there probably lives very influential and rich person. As you might see there a dragon, which is already scary, right? And this dragon holds a Bitcoin in its claw. You see this? Oh wait, Bitcoin doesn't worth a thing anymore, so I take my words back. I can imagine only one type of badass person who would live in this house. It's those people from evil anime laugh competition. Perfect match. But if it's not your style and you search for something more brutal, maybe you will like this house. If you didn't like this house, it only means that you are not a true cowboy. As a fan of Red Dead Redemption, I 100% approve this house. Just look at it, this giant head can scare away all of your enemies. And if someone friendly is visiting you, then it can look like a headless turtle that tries to hug you. Told you, the best building. Descriptions and associations about the next building, I wait from you in the comments. And by the way, if you're already there, don't forget to like and subscribe. I am a small creator and it is really important for me. This house, for example, wanted to look like a smart fella, but turns out it is a fart smella. Seriously, don't try to make a castle by adding 2 towers on the sides. It will not add something magic to your house. Sometimes the exterior can really affect on how the building looks from the inside. Even better if these two match the vibe, which perfectly did the next house. The next house is very convenient because there is no unnecessary fancy stuff like living room or bedroom. Don't deny that toilets are the most important thing in every person's life. And basically you can poop there, shower and sleep. I would only think of eating, but you can surely drink from there. The only bad thing about it is that if you are wider than 3 centimeters, then you might have problems to come in. Some people think smarter, because sometimes you might not have enough time to run through these gigantic stairs. So why don't we try to build a toilet right on the landing? Or if you're a bit shy, just hide it into the wall. Still, some people prefer to live in the house with plenty of rooms, and the most importantly, with the right concept of house. This design is called "If you have no friends, just hang them on the wall." Or by the way, it could be interior of the previous cowboy house. But I would be so stressed living there knowing that every second a giant bison is watching me. And don't worry, it's not the worst one. Try to count how many animals are in this room, and don't forget about the bear carpet. If you write a right answer, then you will win a prize. My respect. Well, this house is very creepy, but not as much as the next house I will show you. Tell me in which one would you lose your mind quicker. But don't be scared, I googled that purple color means royalty, power and ambition. That's why I dyed my hair Hercule. But what would you say if I told you that I found Shrek's bedroom? He loves nature so much that he created a whole forest themed bedroom. My favorite part of this room is that even windows are painted. So even if you live in a big city, you can enjoy nice forest view. And of course, a grass carpet finishes the Christy vibe of the room. The only thing I would change about it is bed, because I found the one that matches perfectly. Why am I not a designer? Also, you can find a very strange bathroom in this house. It was so inconvenient that they even added a hand cold. I already see how I would fly around this bathroom trying to shower. And the detail, I love that we have a mirror wall. But for those who couldn't understand that you can look at your reflection in it, they added a small frame. So it looks more like a regular mirror above your sink. Last time we painted a nice view on the windows. But what if your room has no windows? Painted luxurious balconies are always a good answer. Never forget to paint over your door too, to have a full-sized view on imaginary Italy. And to not break the view, you will have to go out of this room by the small door like your dog. If you're more on a real fancy side, then you will prefer this style. What can look richer than animal prints and gold color everywhere? And of course you will need a matching gold bedroom with quite a few furniture, but don't forget that it's gold. But some people prefer big happy family instead of rich fancy life. And I think everyone made an ugly DIY present for their parents. But those kids crossed the line for a bit, because they made a DIY toilet and sink out of rocks. At least they're big and happy family, right? And I found another perfect toilet for this family. Now they can spend so much time together and share new memories. Actually, I don't understand why the placement of the bathroom or a toilet confuses people so much. I thought having some private place where you're naked or half naked is fine, but I started doubting it. Because for example, in this apartment, someone thought that having a bathroom in the middle of living room is fine, even if it doesn't have walls. And if you're still thinking that it's not common or there was just not enough space, then you are wrong. Because what do you think of a bathtub combined with a bar right in the kitchen? Or you prefer having a bathtub right in the middle of your hotel room? Well, it might be helpful if you're too lazy to go to another room or you want to watch TV while showering. I like how they made bath blend into the carpet. Comfy, right? I actually prefer when my toilet is a separate room, and especially when it looks like this. Because it's just a perfect toilet when you have an explosive diarrhea. Thank God it exists. I've learned so much today about those house designs. Those modern stuff can blow your mind sometimes. But as we learned, never be scared to experiment, especially with your bathroom. Tell me in the comments which house you like the most, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm a small creator and it is really important for me. Bye!